Okay, man. Yeah, yeah. Mm. What's going on, y'all? I'm gonna just be on here for a little bit. I just had to put the music on for a little bit because I was still making a move. But yeah, I saw that too, man. Rest in peace, Victoria Lee. Um, I don't even know what to say about this right now. It's heartbreaking to see um somebody 18 years old gone that early, man. Sad, man. Real sad. Mm. That's I can't imagine, how parents feel whenever they outlive their kids. That's something sad. I'm gonna I'm gonna do a little piece for her maybe tomorrow or later this week, and yeah, because it just hit me all of a sudden like I didn't even know, man. That's crazy. Hold on, y'all. For y'all that don't know, young fighter for ONE FC, Victoria Lee. Let me see. I think I called. Maybe I didn't really call any of her fights. But I might have did like analyst on analysis on a couple of her fights before. The sister, man, that's another thing. And just thinking how Angela Lee feels about this. Yeah, just so y'all know, one championship, Adam Weight, Victoria Lee has died at the age of 18. Her death was announced by the Valley of the Temples Memorial Park and Funeral Homes in where I know that's in Hawaii, right? What is that? Kaneohe? And this was confirmed by her sister Angela Lee. Lee's cause of death has not been made public. A celebration of her life has been scheduled for January 22nd before her burial. Wow, man, damn, that's sad, man. They haven't disclosed it. They haven't disclosed how she passed away. Her death was not made public, so yeah, I can understand why. I mean, whatever the situation is, that's their business. Um, yeah, condolences to Angelique and her family. Prayers for her. Mm, man, oh, that's sad, man. 18 years old though. Mm, terrible, man. Terrible. Ain't no joke, man. Mm, yeah. Um, yeah, as news pops up, I keep y'all posted. I'll keep y'all updated. But yeah, man. I hate to hear that type of stuff, man. Life just getting started. I got a niece that's 18. So I can't imagine how that feel, man. Just seeing them grow up, helping raise them, and boom, something like that happened. That's 18 years old. That's right when your life is just getting started. You're an adult. You're a young adult. You still don't know a great deal. But now you're just stepping into that. You're just stepping over that line. You're just stepping over that line where you can start doing things like an adult, acting like one, and you got your job, you got your responsibilities, you got your goals ahead of you. But all of that's been cut off now. All of that's been stopped. I mean, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. I'm not gonna be one of them ones that blames God on it. It's not like that. Um, there's always a reason behind something like this happening. So, you know, my condolences to her. Mm, terrible, man, terrible. Yeah, I just hate to hear that. Yeah, like I said, I got a niece. She's about to graduate high school, accepted to a lot of colleges, real smart, intelligent girl, and she's been accepted to a lot of universities right now. And I just see that, man. It's like, you can really, we've been through it before, growing up and everything, but just seeing somebody young actually get to grow, actually watch somebody you help raise, and just seeing them grow up, man. So I just, mm, that changed the whole mood. I'd be like, man, dang, man, why something like that gotta happen, man? Wow, man. Mm. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, she was just 18 years old, man. 18 years old. 18 years old. Yeah, they didn't release anything. They didn't say anything. Suicide. I ain't gonna say. I don't even know Lolita. I'm not gonna say because they didn't post up. So I'll just wait till it come out till they say something. I'm not gonna assume. I'm not gonna assume it was this or that. until they feel comfortable putting it out on what it is. They just want to let people know that, hey, she's no longer with us. Yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah. Moving on though, like I said, we'll talk some more about it later. And, I'll give a little tribute for that young fighter, man. That's kind of go through her resume and some of the fights I've seen later on. Like I said, it just hit today. So, yeah, I'll have to talk about it a little bit later, man. But yeah, today, man, I got on here because I wanted to talk about a couple of fights coming up that I am looking forward to. I am looking forward to even this fight down here in the corner. But I'm really looking forward to this fight right here. I see BJ was in the building. He said, Calvillo, what's up? Yeah, man, got to jump on and talk just a little bit about some good fights coming up. We got Maya, Jennifer Maya, Casey O'Neill. Now you got Calvillo and Lupi. Now you got Suarez and Montana De La Rosa. And look, I'm just glad that these girls are right now. I'm glad they're making the right choices for Calvillo. Let's talk about Calvillo here real quick. Calvillo is in the right place right now. She need to move down. She need to move down to 115. And this was a move that she should have been executing. She's not that big of a flyweight. She never was. Even in that point in her career where she was at strawweight and she was coming up missing weight, and she was like, oh, maybe she needed to be at 125. I think that was just a discipline thing. I really do. I think that was a discipline thing with Calvillo. She needed to be on a stricter, I think, regimen as far as her diet. A nutritionist that's going to really have her eating the right amount of carbs a day. And I think she would have been fine, throughout her career early on. But right now, I think Calvillo was I think she's battling I think she's kind of battling that mentality, of trying to break that losing streak, which, like I said before, it can be dangerous fighting a fighter that's on a 4-fight losing streak, or it could be easy, So hopefully, Calvillo, they're helping her move down the right way. Because I mean, look, she's not that big. She is really not that big, man. If Macy Barber can make 115 and she's confident that she can get back down onto that mission, man, I think Calvillo can make 115. There should be no problem. That's why I say if the reason why she doesn't make it, I really think it's going to be a discipline thing, or just, the wrong nutritionist. She just has the wrong nutritionist throughout this camp if she misses weight. Because even Joanna said, okay, there's a point where we thought she was making an excuse. She said, oh, the weight cut was rough. There might have been some truth to that. She said the nutritionist she had, that she fired him because, they gave her the wrong plan, and the weight cut was draining her, and it kind of messed her up in that fight with Rose. That was her, that was her reason why she lost. Maybe there was some truth to it, right? But yeah, somebody like Joanna, if she can make 115 under the right help, I think somebody like Calvillo should have no problem, because Calvillo is not that big. She is not that big at all. She just has to be more so focused on what she eats and practice that lifestyle. She's got to really practice that lifestyle, man. Calvillo's got to practice that lifestyle, not just making weight before a fight, but making sure you are year round close to the weight that you want to fight at. Valentina doesn't have too much of a rough weight cut, because the weight she walks around at, it's in that range. It's always in that range. So it's only a few pounds to shed off. It's not like she's shedding 15 to 20 pounds every fight coming up, because they're not letting themselves blow up. You look at Patty, man, that dude there, he think it's fun and games right now. He think it's fun and games that the minute a fight is over, he can just put all kinds of food in his body, and then he can blow up and look like a little Cabbage Patch doll, or like overgrown Cabbage Patch doll, and then think it's okay that, oh, watch this, I can just shed this thing down. That puts the body through a lot, man. You really putting your body through a lot. See, somebody like Patty who wants to be taken seriously, that's what he's saying. He want to be taken seriously and he want to be this big superstar. You have to live that lifestyle too. You got to be living that lifestyle and making sure that you're close to your weight. So one day your body just won't up and just shut down on you and you can't make weight anymore, right? You're behind, wound up in the ER. So I think, man, BJ said Patty has a food addiction, though. Well, he gonna have to kick that food addiction if he want to be a fighter. He better get off that food addiction. You got that food addiction. Hey, shoot, that means you might need to be a heavyweight or something. You need to be in the realm where your body is gonna be agreeing with what you put in it, what you put in there. Okay, you want to be, you want to supply and satisfy your food addiction. All right, let's go to heavyweight then. Right, let's go to light heavyweight. Let's stay up in the 200s. Yeah, the boss said Patty the fatty. Yeah, I mean, you be thinking like, wow, this guy, he goes through a major transition in these fights, and it's like, wow, okay, that's cool. But how many times can you do that? Like, how many times can you really do that? You think that's going to be beneficial to you all the time? So I'm saying, like, with Calvillo, maybe her situation ain't as bad. Like, she doesn't blow up like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I see Cynthia Calvillo, she still looks, like a thin woman. She's still pretty small. Like, she's not huge compared to some of these other fighters. So I believe if she can go in there under the right game plan, she could stick out the rest of her career at 115. Because that's where she's gonna need to be. That's where she's gonna need to be. That's where all her losses came from, and that's where all her losses are at right now. Who she lose to? Caitlin Kagan, Andrade, Anzarov, and Andrea Lee. It's crazy I can remember all them losses, man, because they were hard losses. And every time she took them fights, I was like, she is gonna get a rude awakening. She is gonna get a rude awakening in there, and if she had just tried her best, I think, to stay at 115 and live that lifestyle, I think she would still. I think maybe she would have taken a one loss or two at strawweight, but I think she would still be in the top 15, top 10. Calvillo would still be top 10 fighter right now at strawweight, I believe, if she had been able to make weight and just stay in her discipline mode. If she stayed in her discipline mode and stayed dedicated, I think she would still be like top 15 in the strawweight division. Now, I've talked about this before. Now, it's not all her weight. It is not all her weight because, shout out to BJ. It's like BJ said in his video, man, when you're talking about Suarez in Montana. It's something I believe too. It's like strawweight and flyweight, there's going to be a change of styles when you move up. The divisions are different. You can't take the same approach. The divisions are totally different, right? They're different. One, you're dealing with smaller girls, quicker girls, striker heavy oriented division. You got some wrestlers in there too. But when you start going up to flyweight, you're going to be dealing with girls that came down from bantamweight that are a little bit bigger, longer, and you're dealing with a lot of good grapplers and wrestlers, right? So you're dealing with fighters like that. You got to change your style up. And I think, Calvillo's style, if she had stuck to a lot of the roots that brought her into the UFC, even at 115, I believe that she would have more success. Like if she would spend more fights on the ground and focus more on her being a wrestler and, perfecting her ground and pound and her power, I believe that she would have more success here. She would, but the approach that she's taken in all of her flyweight fights are the same as her 115 fights. So that's another problem. Like the weight, yeah. Okay, if you stayed at 115, you'd be good. If you just worked on staying in your realm, that's good. But just with those extra pounds that you putting on doesn't mean you're a flyweight. So you're going into a division like flyweight just because you think that's where you need to be as far as your weight. All right. But if you're going to make that change, You better take the right type of style approach. And right now, it's proven. Like, I'm not making this up. Like, if you look at the last 4 fights, her trying to strike with this long fighter like Caitlin Chikagan was wrong. Like, she had some success with some of her exchanges, but she was trying to box and outbox a long fighter. That's not going to work. You can't outbox a long fighter like that, like Caitlin Chikagan, when her IQ is much higher. Then you take on Andrade. Shout out to Calvillo. I mean, she convinced a lot of people that she was going to win. I mean, y'all almost hypnotized me. Y'all almost hypnotized me on that. I thought Calvillo had a chance in Andrade fight. And then I was like, nope. Reality hit back in. You said, you know, this is Andrade at 125. Come on. Don't you dare pick Calvillo. Look, I like Calvillo, but look, don't you dare pick against Andrade in a Calvillo fight. Some of y'all actually almost convinced me. And then what happens? She tries to strike on the outside, gets caught with them power shots, feels that rumble from them punches, and gets stopped. Now, imagine if Calvillo had taken more of a wrestler's approach, a grappler's approach. Maybe she would have got stopped, but I think she would have had a better chance of getting the fight to the ground and maybe having some moments, maybe some success, you know. So that was a wrong approach. Then the Andrea Lee. She bloodied up Andrea Lee in that fight. She did. You know, she landed some good punches, but Andrea Lee's a much longer, stronger kickboxer. This is the flyweight division. So, you know, you got to adjust to what's going to work better for not just you, but against your opponent. So, yeah, like these last 4 fights, the approach, her fighting out of her weight class, I think that's what really it's a combination of both of those things. That's what's been costing her. So she's got to go back down. You got to go back down. You got to go back down. If not, you got to put on a little bit more weight, muscle, and become that wrestler that you can be again. BJ said Tatiana might struggle with Montana. Y'all better dissect this fight based on facts. Yeah, we ain't talking about that fight yet. We can hold off on that fight. BJ already hyped up for this one. He trying to keep Montana in the game. We'll talk about that. Gabby said, does Calvillo get cut if she doesn't win against Lupi? Gabby, I think they might give her one more chance, but don't be surprised if she gets cut. Don't be surprised if she does get cut, man. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, the boss, what's up? He said Calvillo should make 115 easily if she stays disciplined. She's not even big for strawweight frame. Right. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. You see it, man. Like, Calvillo is not that big. Like, if Joanna can make 115, if Weili can make 115, and you know Weili got muscle master her. Like, if Weili can make 115, if Andrade can make 115, I believe Calvillo still has it in her to be disciplined and go down, you know. And I'm not saying this as she's a bad person. I'm just saying, like, she just needs to be more disciplined in here, you know. Because I want to see her. I want to see her have some success in there, man. I was a fan of her, man. I still am. I mean, you know, I was a fan of her when she was at strawweight. You know, she was putting together a good string of wins in there, and I used to be a fan of her ground and pound. I remember early in her career, who did she finish early in her career? Did she finish Jillian Robertson and Montana early in her career? I believe she was finishing them fighters, you know. And when she would get you down to the ground, she used to really work. Like, she had some good ground and pound. Like, she did. She was real scrappy. I mean, she fought Marina Rodriguez to a draw. In that fight, if she had showed up disciplined on weight, I think maybe she could have edged out that fight or even won it. But again, you know, she came up short. So, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. Because at this point, I think even with those 4 losses, that could be doing something to her. You know, mentally, it could either make her feel like I just go through the motions, or it'll make her dangerous like Tisha Torres. But there's a difference, man. There's a difference between her and Tisha Torres. Now, like, Tisha, when she fought them hard fights on her 4-fight losing streak, she came up short in those fights. Like, she was never really like beat down. Like, even Joanna didn't really like beat her down, and like Andrade didn't even beat Tisha Torres down. You know, Weili, you know, she grinded her out in like a couple of rounds, but even none of them girls could stop Tecia Torres. None of them. That shows you how tough she is. But, Calvillo has been finished in those 4 fights. So we'll see if she's dangerous in this one, taking on Lupi. Lupi, I don't know if she's got the power, I think, to hurt Calvillo. All right. She's got the power. She's got the strength. But I'm not sure if she's got the IQ to adjust. Okay. I don't know if she has the IQ to adjust. BJ said she beat Jillian and Montana. She didn't finish it. I thought she submitted one of them. Don't lie to me, BJ. Don't make me look this record up. Hold on. Oh, who's wrestling you talking about? Shark, your prediction Shark? Who's wrestling you talking? You talking about Lupi? Her wrestling is good now, but IQ, man. I know she stopped at least one of them. The Bosch, go fact check BJ. He said she didn't. He said she didn't finish any of them. Man, I know she. I know she did. I know she finished at least one of them. This is the type of fight Calvillo needs, though. Because it's a step down to unranked, and we got to see where she's at now. She's kind of in that realm where Karolina Kowalkiewicz is. Gabby said, if Lupi wins, does she win? Does she again face a ranked opponent, or does she need another win? I think she needs another win. I think she would need another win. But at best, if she did fight a top 15, it would have to be like Pinheiro, the very lowest of the low at the right there at the edge of the top 15. So it'd have to be like 14 or 15. But nah, I don't think there's really no need to rush Lupi either. Like, she's been active, but what's the difference between being active and winning a fight here and there? But if you're not really like making a statement, there's really no need to push you. You know what I mean? She TKO Montana, right? That's what I thought. Mark said, when you look at Grasso, you see how she has a 125 advantage. She used that extra room to put on muscle. She had bigger arms than Arujo. For Calvillo, however, I saw no difference. Exactly. That my man Mark Robinson, the bill. He's speaking facts. There you go, man. Where you been, man? What's up, man? He said, see, exactly. I mean, when you look at Grasso, she's actually grown into 125. Like, I gotta go on record and say I thought she was gonna come in smaller than Arujo, but when they were in action, even at the weigh-in, I was like, uh-oh. I was sticking with my pick, but something told me like Grasso was looking apart. Like, Grasso was feeling out. She literally is doing the right thing, I think, being at 125. I think that's what makes a lot of people pissed off and disappointed. That's why why she's not calling out Valentina now, right? But yeah, Grasso looks the part of a flyweight. Like, I'm not saying she should move down. Like, when I see her frame, she looks good. But like you said, yeah, she had bigger arms. And for Calvillo, I just saw somebody that put on the weight. And no, I'm not saying she was heavy or anything like that. Fat. No, I'm just saying like she's just somebody that moved up to 125 mark. That was it. That was it. Like, she didn't look like somebody that filled out and changed their frame for the different division. Yeah, she TKO Monica. That's what Montana. That's what I thought, man. Prediction Shark. It all depends on what Lupi shows up. No bad talking about Tatiana. Who's talking bad about my girl Tatiana in here? Who talking bad about Tatiana? Who talking bad about Tatiana? He said Suarez wrestling is the best I have seen against Carla. Oh yeah, no doubt. Gabby says Suarez, she always felt weak at 120, 115, but she was always able to make weight. Actually, in the interview I saw, she said she felt good, but she feels great at 125. She feels great at 125, though. But yeah, I'm just spending a little time on Calvillo here because, I followed her for a long time, and I just seen like so many changes. Well, no, I seen a lot of lack of changes in her style. well, I seen some changes that didn't need to be made, right? I seen her make changes that didn't need to be made, and then I just saw like a lack of change and lack of adjustments in fights. And knowing that she has certain skills, I was just kind of like a little disappointed sometimes when she would come up short. Prediction Shark said Grasso is my pick that one day will be on top. I don't know, man. I don't know. She got the tools. She just needs some more confidence in herself, man. That's all I can say about her right now. Like, I love her boxing, and I love that she's adding to her game. Shout out to Sleight of Mind in here. You know, Sleight of Mind be training with her. He knows her, and he be giving me some real spiel on her. So yeah, where is Sleight of Mind? I know I'm gonna speak him up. Sleight of Mind be in the chat. He give me that real spiel on Alexa Grasso. And he says she's been working. But I want to see it. The boss said, in my opinion, Lupi should be in the rankings right now. Why are Pinheiro and Viana above her? Lupi has much better wins on resume. Okay, yeah, all right. You can make that argument. The boss. Yeah, that's true. Maybe she should fight Pinheiro then. Scratch that. Fight Pinheiro and Viana. I didn't even know Piana. I didn't even know, not Pinheiro. What is her name? Viana. I didn't even know Viana was still ranked. I forgot about that. See, I forgot she was ranked, man. I don't know, man. Calvillo has much to prove to us. Yeah, I mean, she still got some work to do, man. I mean, look, this is her last go round, her last chance, and she's got to take it. This is it. Prediction said Shark said Grasso is young. Yeah, she's young. Yeah, she still got what is she, 28, 29? So she's not fully shown us what she can offer, but I gotta see confidence in girl. I gotta see confidence in old girl. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna talk more Calvillo and Lupi later, because Lupi, she can't miss that train. She got a lot working for her, man. Like, she got a lot of stuff going for her. So she gotta get in there and make it happen too. Because Lupi was at a point a promising looking fighter. You know, I think we all picked her against Angela Hill, but something in that fight told me, it was like, this might not look the way you think it is, and then boom, there it goes. But I stuck it out, man. I stuck it out with it. I think Angela, yeah, you said Angela Hill's the gatekeeper. Yeah, Hill's still the gatekeeper in there. Sink said, I think Grasso could beat Manon. He said, not gonna lie. I think Manon could beat Grasso, though. Yeah, I still think Manon beats Grasso. I think she's going to be physically stronger. Now, her boxing could be a problem. Not going to lie. Her IQ with her boxing, she got some of the best boxing, striking. I think Manon is going to have to prove to be more of a grappler in that fight, more of a wrestler. You know, and I think she's stronger. You know, I can't really say off of Viviana Araujo, that's not enough. Araujo, that's not enough to say, oh, she beats her. You know, MMAR said Manon's overrated. She can't get past Santos to save her life, and she thinks she can beat Val. Well, she never first saw MMAR. She never fought Santos, so we don't know. And you can't say a person's overrated just off its Kagan fight, and she still won that fight. Claus said Manon beats Grass. So yeah, I think she does. Sink said, is Manon's grappling better than Araujo's? Is it better? Let me see. Let me just put it this way. Manon will use it. I believe Manon will use it in this type of fight. She knows she's got to use it, because Araujo didn't even use her grappling in that Grasso fight. Right? She didn't even use it. So we can't even say Araujo's grappling might be better, but who's going to use theirs? Okay? Who's going to use it? So Sink, you can't even compare that, because did she use it in the Grasso fight? Nope. So it's going to come down to IQ because, like, okay, you can have better whatever, but like Angela Hill versus Loopy. Loopy might be a better wrestler and she might be stronger, but did she use it? No, she didn't use it. She didn't even use it. So it's like, okay, she's got the better wrestler, but did she got the better IQ? Does she know how to execute? The boss said Manon will probably just outkick Grasso from range unless Grasso finally starts fighting more aggressive. And I don't think she'll fight aggressive. She still didn't fight aggressive even with Arujo. Let's see. Manon versus Lauren Murphy. I'll go with Manon in that fight. I think she could win that fight by decision. I think Lauren Murphy, she's got good hands, but she don't really throw a lot of kicks. She doesn't throw a lot of kicks. Yeah, MMR, and that's not good. That is not good though. Arujo didn't use her grappling because it was 5-round fight. Still got to use it, right? See, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what makes Amanda Nunes, a great fighter. I mean, she had problems with her cardio, but she knows how to use it. She knows how to find her pacing. So again, you could have great this and that, but if you're behind, don't know how to fight with pacing and timing and execution, no. I think everybody looks sloppy against Chikagan, just about everybody looks bad against Chikagan. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've been talking about Chikagan over here and what she does to people. That's why it don't surprise me. Like, it surprises y'all because y'all always looking one way. See, I'm like, look, Chikagan, I told y'all before, Chikagan does not hit hard. She does not hit hard at all, but she's very awkward. So the minute I saw the fight, I was like, this ain't going to be a pretty fight. Like, I want Manon to go in there and finish her, but if y'all thought she was going to go in there 100% and do it, y'all were giving yourself false hope. But even I knew, because I've been looking, okay, this is what you look sloppy against Chikagan. Everybody has, except the champion. Everybody has. Even Arujo. Arujo didn't use her grappling in that fight, did she? Oh yeah. I'm gonna watch the Tank fight tonight. I watch the Tank. I'm gonna watch Boots. I'm gonna watch Andrade. All of that. Anyways, though, y'all got me off topic here. Real quick, yeah, Suarez versus De La Rosa. This is the fight that we talked about. It was definitely an option for Suarez. Suarez, I wanted to see her fight Karine Silva, but I'll definitely take this fight because it's an unranked fighter. I don't think Suarez at this point in her career really needs to take on. It wouldn't have been a wise choice for her to take like a top 15 yet. We don't really need to see her going there with a. We don't need to see her going there against the top 15 yet. I know the fanboys they can get blinded sometime when they see their favorite fighter come back and they just want to see them go in there and do this and do that. But, me being a real fan, like I said, I care about a fighter's well-being. I care about Suarez's well-being. I'd rather, like I said, if her injuries were real bad, I would rather see her retire before she comes back. But if she's feeling 100%, if I was in her corner, you know what I would say? I would say, okay, you 100%. Well, we fight an unranked fighter first. I don't care what you say. We're going to fight an unranked fighter first because you've been out the game for 4 years. You've been out the game for 4 years. Prediction Shark said, do you think she will have ring rust? Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%, man. For sure, man, because everybody does. Nobody wants to admit, even in boxing, guys I talk to, they say, you feel ring rust. They going to say, oh, I've been in the gym, but you really do feel ring rust because sparring and training is one thing, but when you actually in a fight, that's another. Like, rust ain't even got to be physical rust on your body. You know what I mean? It's actually how you see your opponent, your timing and everything, your timing, mental rust. it's been a long time for you to get up for a fight and how to deal with pressure. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a long time since you actually had to deal with the crowd and deal with the press conference and the stare downs and all of that. So it's all about that type of rust too. Like, so yeah, 100% sharp. You will get some type of rust. Even like you see when Joanna came back after 2 years, that was a terrible choice for her to fight Weili. That's why she got knocked out in 2 rounds. You know, she looked terrible in that fight. She started off trying to get her game on, but then boom, what happened? Knocked out in 2 rounds against Weili. You really think that was smart, Joanna? So my thing is 4 years off for Tatiana Suarez against Araujo. No way. 4 years off versus Grasso. You do got the win over, but a rematch might go a little bit different. Andrea Lee at this point, dangerous. Then you go higher and say Santos and Manon. Hell no. No way, Suarez. Like, I love you, but no, we're going to start at the bottom. And is the best one to bet Montana, Gatto, Kareem Silva. A hell no for not Natalia Silva. No Natalia Silva either. She's on a different mission. That's a different beast right there as well. I would not give Natalia Silva to Tatiana Suarez right now as a first fight. I would not do that. That's a dangerous fight right there for Suarez. Again, all I got to say is 4 years off. And in this too, Sharp, the game evolves. The game evolves. Like, whether or not you feel sharp, you're going to need more than your wrestling. Okay, the game evolves and you're in a different division. That's why I'm picking her to win this fight, but I'm still a little, I'm on edge, man. I'm on edge. It's like she got to kind of redefine herself again, man. It's kind of like she has to, make that statement again to win the fans over. You got to kind of make that statement because you're dealing with a bigger fighter. You're dealing with a different division. And it's the whole thing of when the game, see, a lot of fans don't follow. They think WMMA is the same thing, like it's one dimensional. But these women train with the men too. So when men evolve, everybody evolves. Everybody evolves. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's just going to be a one-dimensional fighter. Nobody's going to be a specialist all the time. If you are a specialist, you ain't going anywhere, basically, right? So you see the training of Suarez. Like, go look at her IG. I posted up some of her footage too. She be in there striking, working on her kickboxing now, working on her hands, snapping them punches out because she know that's going to be a critical part to her game. Very critical, Prediction Sharks, I just keep having that visual of her working Carla over. Oh, that was a good fight. I ain't gonna lie. That was one of my favorite fights right there, man. She put knots on Carla's head. But hey, Shark, you got to give Carla credit, man. She withstood 3 rounds of that punishment, bro. She took 3 rounds of punishment, bro. Let me go back through the comments here. Nabaz said, I'm just worried about all the injuries. I'm worried about that too, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm hoping that she's good to go, man. Closer said Joanna looked malnourished at the weigh-ins. Yeah, that was a terrible thing. See, like, even Joanna, when she came back after 2 years, she probably should have did a 125 fight. Because she is not the biggest. She's not the smallest little thing like Rose that can just make 115 off of 2 years off, man. Stray said Tatiana has no head movement, so I'm waiting to see how she handles Montana hitting her chin. She might backpedal. Well, we'll see what she's worked on, man. I mean, you can't base it all off of one video. I mean, there's different type of drills. Like, again, I've worked in the gym, so there's times you work on head movement. There's times you work on snapping your punches. Like, if somebody's holding the mitts, sometimes you're going to work on just the technique. All right. You're going to work on technique on how you throw your punches and how you snap them out. And then some days you're going to do head movement. They got the tennis ball now. Shout out to what's the name, Focus Ball. I got one of his Focus Balls. Some days you work on head movement, So some days you put it all together. Some days you're going to put it all together. So we don't know, man. She probably going to have some head movement when she get in there. I mean, it's been 4 years off, and that's something she's gonna have to be working on. Hey, hold on. I'm trying to click on some comments here, but this thing is acting weird. Oh, okay, here we go. Gabby said, "Are you worried about Suarez's stand-up? Even she has phenomenal wrestling once she goes more high in the rankings." I'm gonna take it one step at a time with her, man. Yeah, Australia. Yeah, I think though she knows she needs to work on head movement. That's why she's working on that striking. Believe me, when you work on striking, they ain't gonna just throw you in there, and they gonna watch the tapes on this thing. They got to. They got to, because you can't keep your head on the line and no flyweight fight, take no powerful punches. Because Montana may not always commit, but when she lets her hands go, Montana is a heavy-handed puncher. You know, she got heavy hands, but it's all in if she lets her hands go. I think, man, you know, Montana, I don't know if she's as strong as we thought, man, because she really let Macy Barber handle her in that fight, man. Like, for real, like Macy Barber, her strength must have been on another level, because Macy Barber was just like pinning her up, man. She didn't have anything for Macy Barber. So if Montana bringing half of that strength, if she bringing maybe 70% of that strength, I gotta get out of here in a minute. 70% of that strength, she'll probably do some ragdolling to Montana. Now the grappling part could be interesting though. Grappling is definitely gonna be interesting on, when they get to the ground, because Montana, she knows how to slide in a submission or two. She's kind of crafty with hers, but it's like I still like how Suarez has full ground control, how she can, just tie them legs up, keep you pinned against the cage. But it's going to be a good one, man. I know some people think it's going to be one-sided. I think the first round might be a cautious round, but I think when Suarez is feeling herself, think she's going to get in there, man. She's going to really get in there and start to work. What I don't know, like prediction shark, like some of y'all in the chat, Gabby, like what is it? What is one thing that Montana really does well to y'all? Like what is it? I think she has potential. Like there's a lot of things she could do well, but it's hard for me to pick. Like, what do y'all think Montana does well though? Like that really makes her dangerous for Suarez. I'm gonna ask that question. I'm gonna get ready to go here in a minute, but what is one thing she does that? And make sure you hit the like button, y'all. Like I said, hit the like button. Make sure your notification go out, and come over here and support the women. We'll come over here and support the women. Okay. Prediction Shark said she's a beast of a wrestler. Okay. She just really turned me off in that fight, man. Against Macy. Really, she really did, man. Okay. BJ says she commits to the jab and the 1-2. Okay. Beast of a wrestler. Okay, I'm gonna combine it now. Beast of a wrestler. She commits to the jab and the 1-2. Bluebird says Montana has better striking. She's bigger, and a wrestler is good enough to make it interesting. Okay. Sink said, "How is Montana's grappling?" Yeah, how is her grappling, BJ? Like, I think her grappling is okay for like some of the fighters that she submitted. I think she's pretty slick. I think her grappling is pretty decent, because when she gets to the ground, it's more in her world. Like when she took Andrea Lee down, didn't she almost submit Andrea Lee? Like she almost did submit Andrea Lee. That's why I was like, oh, okay, Andrea Lee about to, she about to get taken out, but Montana couldn't get it. He said he can't use Ariane Lipsky as a reference point. Well, I can use the Andrea Lee fight, and that is where I had to cut off with her, where it was like she didn't fully commit. Like she had her moments to get the fight to the ground, but she kept eating jabs, man. Like Stray, we talk about Suarez's head movement. Where's Montana's though? You know, because whose nose be leaking in fights sometimes. I mean, yeah, like no head movement there too. So it's all who's gonna be able to take who's punching. Prediction Shark said, gonna go and rewatch some film on these ladies. He said, peace and thank you. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Go back and watch the Andrea Lee Montana fight and Montana versus Arujo. And watch Suarez Grasso while you at it. Watch Suarez, just for entertainment. Closum said Tatiana's takedowns are fast. Montana has gotten too comfortable with her striking. She don't commit to her wrestling. I can agree with that because Montana's been wanting to stand a lot, man. Like she hasn't been like, even when you can see her posture, like Montana doesn't like to go for it anymore. Like, yeah, early on when I seen her, I was like, okay, yeah, maybe this girl's gonna be a submission artist, but she stopped grappling as much. Like she even stopped like wrestling her opponents to the ground. Like Suarez lets you know this is what I want. I know that can be predictable, but Suarez is so good with her takedowns, with her wrestling it. She's like fast. She's fast with it. She goes for it. But Montana, like, she liked to strike with Arujo. And I was like, nah, man, don't do that. And she winds up striking with her and getting busted up. And I'm like, when is she going to adjust? Like round 2, round 3. She never went to wrestle Arujo. Like she never went in to wrestle. She got comfortable trying to strike and she was getting hit a lot. Granted, she hit Arujo back a few times, but did she win a round? No. De La Rosa can hang in there even if she's losing. I think that's what could make Montana dangerous. Yeah, that's what makes her dangerous, man. Like she'll fight through the blood, bro. She'll fight through the blood and she'll stay in there. Also, what did Nina do better in round 3? That's why Suarez was struggling. I know Suarez was injured during that fight. She started measuring well. I watched that fight 2 weeks ago, Gabby. She won that round. Nina did. Nina started landing more straight punches. When she started like using lateral movement, she started landing more like straight punches, a few kicks. She started getting into a nice little groove. Yeah. So it could have been the injury, but yeah, like she was getting popped. She was getting popped with some shots. I ain't gonna lie. Montana's always trying to set up takedown defense or set up takedowns. She wasn't in that Arujo fight. She stood too long, man. Marcus said, I hate to keep repeating this, but who has Montana beat? Yeah. Marcus, we ask that question all the time, man. Like, we ask that question all the time, man. Like, even we go back and forth on whose resume is better, Miranda or Montana. We know the answer to that. Stray said Montana has a height and reach advantage as well. No, she don't. If you don't know how to use it, it's not a height and reach advantage. If Tatiana gets it down, she might win, but Montana can keep it standing. She might pull off the upset. It's not a reach and height advantage. You don't know how to use it. And she didn't know how to use it in the Macy Barber fight or the Arujo fight or the Andrea Lee fight. It's not a height and reach advantage until you really, really popping it off, man. If you really know how to use that jab like Caitlin Chikagan or one of these long fighters, it's not a reach advantage. Like Rose in her division, it's not a reach advantage. It's not really a height advantage yet. Six said Montana, the first ever women's flyweight champion. There you go. Six crazy. Six is crazy. High five, what's up? He said Montana's weak. Tatiana will out wrestle her like she beat Carla. Dang, I don't know if it'll be like that, bro. I don't know if it'll be like that, man. But it's necessary. This is a necessary fight. That's why, whatever we say, Straya, however you feel about it, however you feel about it in the Bosch or BJ or Bluebird or Colostrum, however y'all feel about it, that's just telling you where that's just asking us where she's at right now. Suarez, right? I mean, we kind of know where Montana is, but if we think Suarez has failed that hard, that kind of makes us say, okay, or not fail hard, but you know what I mean, came down after about 4 years off. Like, we got questions, right? We got questions. So that just means it's going to be an interesting fight. It just means it's going to be an interesting fight at this point, you know? I think Montana got one takedown against Arujo, but Vivi got back up. Yeah. I think she slid back up. Yeah, because the fight stayed on his feet. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, Montana's jab is good. I like it. I just don't see enough of it. I just don't see her throw it enough. Montana be fighting for that check 100%. Dang. I want Suarez versus Rose. High five, crazy. High five, see when Suarez versus Rose at 125, man. But y'all, I gotta go. It's getting a good conversation. Y'all just getting it heated, but I just was killing this last hour here. Got something to do. Hit that like button on your way out. We'll talk again because it's not over. Especially when BJs think Montana got a chance. Oh, make sure y'all hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got a good one. Good conversation. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.